5 on your sideline, sponsored by Universal Windows Direct.
Let's go, Webster!
Welcome into 5 on your sideline. I am Corey Miller, and Annie, I know the talk this weekend will be all about the big game down in New Orleans.
Probably.
But my Super Bowl is Friday night hoops here in St. Louis.
Corey, I love how you put that. I'm Annie Kroll, and we were all over the area from Breeze to Valley Park getting you the best highlights this week. So, Corey, will you do the honors since it is your Super Bowl? Will you take the lead?
Let's do it. Let's go to Chaminade for McBride Night, honoring some St. Louis high school history with special uniforms to boot even. Red Devils hosted Vianney. End of the first quarter off a miss. J.D. Dorman gets the rebound, beats the buzzer for Vianney. Other way, J-Mo White hits the triple from the top of the key for Chaminade. Next, look at this Chaminade ball movement. It all ends up in a Colin Keller corner three. You know it's coming, though. It's Vianney. Luke Walsh time. Sweet layup trying to keep the Griffins in this one in the second half. Then a dirty step-back three. I'm going to let the crowd know about it a little bit, too. That's a great move. But Chaminade wasn't losing on McBride Night. Elijah Panawant from downtown. And then Jahidi White Jr. with a vicious rejection at the rim. Do not come inside against him. Chaminade gets the win, 84-66.
An awesome girls matchup at the Bank of O'Fallon shootout. 24-3 Nashville facing host O'Fallon. Emma Berman fights through some contact, gets the finish for the Hornets. Then some nice ball movement ends with a Summer Brinkman bucket for two underneath. O'Fallon's turn, though. Kenna Beringer hits one, long range. That's good. But Nashville can play with anyone in the state. Brinkman with another finish inside, and this time an and one. That's nice, as Nashville gets the road win over O'Fallon, 59-40.
The Battle of Breeze, always a fired-up environment for Mater Dei and Central, whether they meet on the basketball court or the football field or anything else, really. Elliot Raker starts things with a nice finish for Mater Dei. Then Caden Raker says, nice last name, I can do that too, but this time for Central. Next up, it's Luke Briefeld. There's a layup for the Knights, but watch out in there. Sometimes you can get swatted. Big block for Central. Preston Baker, that's a Cougar three. Griffin Becker, that's a great rebound and putback for the Cougars. Central wins tonight's Battle of Breeze, 41-34.
Then Marquette was hosting Rockwood Summit tonight, and it was full steam ahead for the Mustangs. Marquette's Mikkel Newsome maneuvers around the arc. Presley Ingram puts it up for three. Falcons can play in the paint, though. Will Sanders puts it up. It doesn't go, but stays on it, and the perseverance pays off, gets the basket. Then Ingram hits his lucky corner again. Another deep ball. Mustangs were dialed in. Brody Owen is going to connect with Alexander Komarich underneath. That's good for two. That helps put this game away. Marquette runs away with it 63-41.
Parkway battle, north at south. And Noah Barnes doesn't just score 23 points a game. He can make some crazy passes, too. Finds Preston Cruz on the fast break for the Patriot bucket. And it's going to be Sam Duncan. That's a three from the corner for South. North's turn now. Christian Dake. Drive. A lot of contact.
Jeez.
Still the finish, and one. Nice. No contact this time, but Dake sends another one in for North. Let's finish with another impressive pass from Barnes. No look to Parker Wolf for the layup. South defends home court with a 73-51 victory.
Almost looks a little bit like a wrestling match, Corey. The Webster Winter Challenge semifinals meant Webster Groves throwing down with the Cardinal Ritter girls. Statesman going down the court, heaves it over to Ann Lawless, who goes underneath for two. Then Lions' Alana Howard hits from downtown, but Cardinal Ritter can sneak it in too as well, because watch this, Mackenzie McCain gets it. Howard wasn't done quite yet, pulls the Patrick Mahomes to Brooke Boyce in the deep corner. Thank you, Corey. Nothing but nets. Cardinal Ritter runs away with it 70-42.
Nice matchup in Westland. Warriors hosting Carlisle. And here's the play of the night, folks. First half winding down. Chandler Miller gives it one last heave and beats the buzzer for Westland. Great play. No buzzer beater on this one, but Carlisle's Hayden Hughes still connects from way downtown. And then Zach Persing is going to do the same. Indians rolling. Go back to Westland, and Miller could just about hit from anywhere tonight, it looks like. Sinks another long three. This was an awesome game that came right down to the wire as Carlisle won 60-59.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Valley Park's Will Geary is already the leading scorer in Missouri's high school soccer history. He also has over 2,000 points on the basketball court. His Hawks took on Brentwood last night. Geary kicks things off. Pretty lefty finish there. Brentwood able to keep the possession, though. They get it to Brockton Springer, who drills a triple. Then it's going to be Valley Park back the other way. Geary, the dish to Clark Menley for the buckets. Valley Park gets the win, 67-63.
It's fun to be part of a school with a winning basketball program. It's even more fun when your school has two programs dominating the court. That's the story at Alton. The boys and girls teams are a combined 43-7 so far this year. The senior girls have cemented their status as the best class in Alton history, making the super sectional last season. The boys won just 6 games 2 years ago, but the Redbirds are flying high again, together.
They were the first to do a lot of things. We've won pretty much every tournament we've competed in the last 4 years. And so they've kind of laid the blueprint and showed people if you stay together and you work hard, you know, you take your ups and your downs and you just trust the process, anything can happen.
The standard is that, you know, we go out and play hard every game and we don't let up. Some things we did are going to go down in history. And that's really all we can ask for. It's just people to look back on the team and be like, hey, if they can do it, we can do it.
That's a great time to be a Redbird fan. You know, it's like I said, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the girls, when I got here 3 years ago, that's when they started to take off, right? And it was motivation for our kids and for our program and myself and my coaching staff to get it back to where it was so we could be like them. They set the bar.
When you're doing well, you got the whole city supporting you. You know, you might fall a couple games, but it's like a lot of good people in the city that supports you and builds your confidence back up. I think we can do big things. I ain't gonna say nothing that, you know, knock on wood, but I think we can go pretty far into what we got going on.
After the Harry Houdini-style escape SLU had on Tuesday against UMass, pulling out a 73-71 victory after going 7-0 in less than 30 seconds during their last game, the Billikens needed to live up to a lot tonight against St. Joseph's, but it wasn't exactly a cakewalk. Gibson, Jimerson, and company trying to sweep the Hawks this year. This got Bills fans fired up in the first half. Isaiah Swope to Kalua Anya for the alley-oop. Now that's a slam dunk right there. Bad news here, though. Jimerson had to come out of this game with an ankle injury. We'll keep an eye on that, of course. Second half, SLU down 8. Max Picard with the spark off the bench. Alley-oop dunk. Ooh, that's good. And then a big-time jam. SLU down 2, but St. Joe's closed things out at home. Hawks win 76-63.
There is a big one on deck tomorrow in Columbia. Number 15 Mizzou hosting number 10 Texas A&M. The Tigers had number 4 Tennessee on the ropes last game, and they'll immediately get another chance to break through against another top SEC foe. Mizzou and A&M is the only top 15 matchup on the schedule this Saturday in college basketball. However, it apparently wasn't exciting enough for ESPN's College Game Day to come to Columbia. Sure, the Tigers would have appreciated the spotlight, but that's not what this group is about.
It's not going to take ESPN College Game Day for the country and basketball fans to understand where the best basketball is. That's not my measuring stick. That's not my measuring rod. It would be great because that's the emphasis of what College Game Day is. Let's find the best matchups.
Tennessee Tech.
While SLU tries to climb to the top of the A10, SIUE now finds themselves at the top of the OVC. The Cougars beat Tennessee Tech 75-58 last night on the road following a tornado warning, thanks to 28 points from Rayshawn Taylor that included 7 3-pointers. Yes, 7. It's a record-setting 10th conference win for SIUE, who finds themselves all alone at the top of the conference.
And here's what it is. This program has built itself to have the opportunity to have that conversation. Now we got to come right back tomorrow or and just get our mind back right. We got to continue to do what we're going to do, but I'm not going to take away the work and the effort that these guys have put in to have the opportunity to talk before the game. Let's leave here number 1. And today, that's just what we did.
Sunday's Super Bowl is the biggest game in the world for players, coaches, and not to mention the third team on the field, the officials. One small-town Kansas native, Mark Stewart, will be joining his hometown team of the Chiefs as they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. The man in stripes from Sedan will be the line judge for the Super Bowl.
I'm a farm kid from a small town in Kansas. I had 36 kids in my high school graduating class. And people from here don't get to do the kind of things that I've gotten to do. Everything from junior high to high school to Division II, FCS, FBS, and now finally at the NFL. And every one of those games, at every stop, has been just as important to me as this one that I'm getting ready to work.
Sunday is about the game, of course, the food, the halftime show, but also the bets. It's estimated Americans will wager around $1.4 billion on the Super Bowl. Some of that money will flow through the DraftKings Sportsbook at Casino Queen over in East St. Louis. Everyone loves a good Super Bowl prop bet, especially the Gatorade color for the winning team.
There's only a couple states that allow wagering on the color of the Gatorade for the winning team. And so this year, with the Chiefs being in it, just a little insider information, that the last 2 Super Bowls the Chiefs won, the color of the Gatorade was purple. And so if you're talking about superstition, there may be something there, but you also have to bet on the Chiefs to win.
If history is any guide, we're going to see some purple Gatorade.
Come on
down
now,
from the Chiefs
that's
again.
my favorite color.
It's going to happen. We already know
I'd put money down on it.
All right, that'll do it for 5 on your sideline tonight. For Andy Kroll, I'm Corey Miller. Have a great night, St. Louis.
5 on your sideline, sponsored by Universal Windows Direct.